Hi, it's Alice here again with part 2 of the Sunrise Facilities Management's InfraSpeak software training if you are one of our designated contractors. Let's start where we left off in part 1 and open one of the PPMs and take a look in more detail. You can do this by double-clicking on the PPM anywhere on the line. This will open the planned job order. We will only look at the sections that you will use as a contractor. At the top of the page, in blue, is the planned job order number, as previously mentioned in this training guide. Below that is the name of the PPM and a brief overview of the services required within this visit, where required. The next line you will see is the client's name, and below, under the supplier header, will be your company name, indicating you are the contractor attending to these works. Next is the observations section. This is for office use only. This will provide a narrative of the conversations the compliance team has had to book in the works before the certificate is due to expire. This will include the names of anyone at your company they have spoken to. We will next look at the location and how to view the full address of the site you are visiting. Clicking on the highlighted box will drop down the full location details of the site that you are visiting to complete the PPM. Under the Interventions heading, you will find a list of all the services to perform. The example shown shows a monthly PPM. However, there could be several tests being conducted under one PPM. Please ensure that your engineers check this section for all services they are to perform under this planned job order. In the calendar section, you will see the date the PPM has been scheduled for, and below the original scheduled date, which is the actual date that the current certificate expires. As we said earlier in this training guide, the compliance team at Sunrise Facilities Management will always try and schedule in the PPMs up to 2 weeks early to allow for contingencies in case a rebooking is required. It is essential that any rescheduled works are completed before the SLA is due to expire. Next, we will look at the Assets section of the planned job order. If there are assets that need to be checked during the visit, these will be listed under the Assets header. Total number of assets relating to this PPM. Should there be more than 4 to 8 on a page, depending on asset type, then you will need to click the Next button on the bottom right-hand side to go to the next page. You will also notice an eye symbol next to the green spanner icon. Clicking this will provide more information on the asset. Clicking the eye symbol will give a brief overview of the asset via a pop-up. For full asset details, click the View Details button at the bottom of the pop-up. Any additional information, make, model, serial number, and any warranty information will be in this section. Next, we will take a look at the message board. The message board is an instant message service where the compliance team, the site, and yourselves can all communicate. Once a scheduled date has been confirmed, the compliance team will put this in the message board. It is as simple as typing into the box that says, "Write a message," and pressing enter once complete. Please be aware that once a message is on the board, it cannot be amended or deleted, so please check your spelling. That is all for the Scheduled tab. Next, we will look at the Active tab. By clicking the Active tab at the top of the page, this will open all the planned job orders that have been started but are currently not complete. The number next to the Active header is the number of planned job orders not yet completed. The Sunrise compliance team will only move a job into the Close section once the visit has been completed and all paperwork has been received. The Service Level Agreement, SLA, for all paperwork and certification to be received by Sunrise from you is 10 working days. The Active page is very similar to the Scheduled page, with a few subtle differences. The progress bar shows what percentage of assets have been checked by the compliance team once the certificate has been received. However, the bar will also show 100% if there are no assets attached to the planned job order. There is also a started on date. This is when 1. The compliance team have confirmed your attendance to the PPM, or 2. You have started the job on arrival to the site. We will show you how to do this shortly. Finally, there is the SLA status, which shows if the PPM was completed on time. Let's go back and look at how you start a job. To start a job, open the relevant job and click the Start button in the top left-hand corner of the page. For the most accurate start times, you should start the job on arrival at the site. Next, we will look at how you upload a certificate to the planned job order. Open the planned job order and go down to the Documents section. You will see the Add Documents button. Press this to open a new panel on the right-hand side. You will first need to add the document. You can do this by either one. Dragging and dropping the certificate from your desktop into the top box, or 2. Clicking the Click to Upload link to upload from one of your desktop files. In planned job orders, like work orders, you can upload 10 documents at a time. You will then need to put the date and time that the document was uploaded, not that the PPM was completed. Although it says optional next to the document date, it is not, and the upload date and time must be put in this box. You will notice that the managers and technicians boxes are ticked. Please leave them as they are. The only exception is when you are uploading quotes. When uploading quotes, please untick these boxes. Once the documents are uploaded, it will look like this. It is advisable to then put a message in the message board to inform the compliance team that all certificates have now been uploaded. Again, just a reminder that the SLA for all paperwork and certificates to be uploaded is 10 working days. The compliance team will then check all relevant documentation is attached and close the planned job order down. Once completed and checked, the planned job order will appear in the closed section with a green tick next to it. Should you see one of your jobs in the closed section without a tick, this means that it has been closed before the certification has been checked. The compliance team checks this section daily. It will be reopened and put into active status until they can confirm all the correct documentation has been attached to the planned job order. That's all for planned job orders. The next training video will be for work orders. Bye for now. See you next time.